Welcome to Fort Liberty here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Chris Lehman with you as we get set for the final game of the weekend for the NC State Ice Pack, and it's a special one as they take on the Army West Point Black Knights, who are in town. They took on North Carolina last night, a late start, 10:30 puck drop for the Black Knights. It'll be interesting to see how they come out here today. NC State, really rough third period last night, fell 6-2 at the hands of the South Carolina Gamecocks. And it's gut check time for NC State. The same problems have been plaguing them throughout the season. They came up again last night, and we'll see how they respond. They're going to go on the attack here early. Down low, quick shot, pad save made by Monahan in net today for the Black Knights. NC State will work it down deep. Along the wall, played back up top, quick shot coming, doesn't get through. It looks like we got a broken stick, collected though by Emery Oliver. NC State doing a great job on the forecheck here early. Army will take over and look to move up that far left side. Lifted off the glass and out. Bouncing puck settled by Sodden. He'll shoot it right back down the ice. Icing waved off. Play carries on as NC State gets fresh legs out off the bench. Just 50 seconds gone so far. NC State with really good pressure here early against a strong Army team. That one off the iron, and it will ricochet down the ice. NC State has to retreat. Great jump so far from NC State. Nick Prozzi and I talked about that last night. Didn't see the same jump out of NC State's legs, particularly as the game wore on. They're off to a good start here so far. Prasma pickpockets his man in the neutral zone, bringing it in. Shot, save made by Monahan. It'll work into that far corner. NC State trying to hold the zone but can't. At center ice, James plays it along, and it looks like it will come back down in front of the NC State blue line as they are offsides on the play. 18:39 left in period number one. NC State and the Army Black Knights here at Fort Liberty. Pretty split crowd for this contest. As we mentioned, this is a strong Army team. Late start last night against North Carolina. They had a little bit of a rough start as well. Fell behind after the first period, but ended up taking down the Tar Heels by a final count of 4-3. So it gives you at least a little bit of an idea of what kind of talent this Army team has, as they've been able to go toe-to-toe with a team that, routinely makes it difficult on NC State. Offensive zone draw here for the Black Knights to the blocker side of Isaac Toyer, who gets the start in net for NC State this afternoon. West Point controls off the draw. Walked down low by Brendan Connor. Back behind the goal, they'll work with it. Connor again, slaps it down below the goal line. James there for NC State. He'll be bodied up. Some help there from Holden Kaufman, though. Shoots it around the wall. Brenner chips it along, takes a hit, can't clear. Army still going to work in the slot. Loose puck knocked away by Kaufman, but they'll hold it in once again. This time it's Simtras. Shot back in by Army, collected at the blue line by Kaufman, playing it forward, looking for Shook. They can't connect, but Brenner tracks it down, throws one wide of the goal. It'll trace around the wall and out. NC State regroups in neutral ice. Shot in once again. Good pressure from the Ice Pack. Once they get onto the offensive end of the ice, they've carried most of the play. They'll be lifted in once more. Black Knights first to it behind their own goal. Pressure applied by the NC State forecheck, though. Back up the wall. Pinching defenseman makes the play for NC State. That's Lapani to keep the zone. Worked into the slot. They can't get a shot away. Battle in on that far wall. Moved back behind the net. NC State in control. Centering pass gets caught up in traffic. Now we've got a whistle and a stoppage. Looks like the net came off its moorings. Face-off should stay in the offensive zone for the Ice Pack here. State out shooting Army early, 3-1, 2:55 gone in this first period. Quick shot off the draw, deflects out of play, and they'll do it all over from the same spot. NC State with Reese Johnson to take the draw. It'll get get tied up momentarily before NC State finds the loose puck. Played down low. Not much doing in that far corner. NC State holds the zone at the blue line, though. It'll be frozen by the goaltender Monahan as the puck trickles in. Well, it was pretty fluid play for the first couple of minutes, but it's getting a little choppy here, a little bit more stop and start action. Again, it'll be Johnson on the draw for the Black Knights. Caleb Kaiser, they score right off the draw. NC State puts it home. Looks like it was Reese Johnson on the finish, and a big first goal for the Ice Pack. Well, that's exactly the way NC State needed to start this game. We talked about just not having it last night. They've come out with good jump here so far, 1-0 lead. And we'll get right back to it. Center ice faceoff controlled by the Black Knights. Pestered at his own blue line is Arnov. He'll button hook with it to find space, and now will bring it through the neutral zone himself. Protects the puck as he gains the line and sends it deep. Swatted back up by Thronson along the far wall. Pinned there by McEnany as he goes to work against D'Elia. Sent across to the near side. Robinson plays the body. Deflected shot knocked down by Toyer. His first tough test of the day, and he makes the save. Held in at the blue line at the defense. It's Anthony Chambers. He'll throw it through traffic. That shot didn't get to the net. NC State again trying to clear, and we've got a hand pass that will stop play as NC State can't get it out. .16:11 left in the first period. NC State controls off the defensive zone draw. Robinson pinned to that near wall. Having trouble with the breakout pass, it's stolen away. West Point back to work in the O zone. Back up to the blue line. Shot coming. Gets caught up in sticks. And in the high slot, it's Robinson getting control enough to get it out of the zone. Army sends it right back in. Here's Thronson with the D-to-D pass. Playing it up towards the red line. And again, the Black Knights there to stop it up. Sawed in now. Reverses it to the far side. Robinson's play through the middle is disrupted. He lost an edge and got a little bit lucky. We didn't see a hand up there for a trip on that incidental play. Here comes Army again. Big shot and a block made by Thronson. Along the near wall, it's shot back deep by Dwyer. In the near corner, they'll battle up close. 2 Ice Pack players, 3 Black Knights. It'll squirt loose to Dwyer. Herman takes it away, breaks it out for McEnany along the wall. Stolen away by the Black Knights again. Pass out to the blue line, and Nienhaus thought he had somebody there and didn't. Stolen away by Finch. Here's a chance in transition. Prasma coming in all alone, takes a shot, he scores! Another one for the Ice Pack, less than 2 minutes after the first, and it's 2-0. NC State wasting no time here. 5 minutes into this game, they've already got a 2-0 advantage on Army as James plays it forward for Herman to deflect in and avoid icing. Ice Pack back in on the forecheck. A lot of space up that right wing. Weaving through traffic as Gasick finds a man open. They score. Slipped past Toyer in transition, and just 17 seconds after the Ice Pack double their lead, it's cut back in half. On the finish was Caleb Kaiser. The assist will go to Lucas Gasick. And it's a 2-1 hockey game. I was just getting ready to say, you got to keep an eye on Army because they fell behind early to North Carolina last night, and once they got their legs under them, they were able to come away with the win, actually scored the final 3 goals, or 3 of the final 4 goals of that contest, I should say. NC State right back to work trying to get that 2-goal lead back. Centering pass, ricochets out into neutral ice, popped up in the air as they battle in front of the Army bench. It's shot down deep by the Black Knights. No icing here, so it'll be played by NC State's Jonathan Carwin. Breakout pass a little bit too strong. West Point takes over. Lifted in. This one isn't icing either. Corwin moves it along. Frosch throws it off the glass, but it'll be bodied down and held in by West Point. Looks like we'll get a hand pass, though, as I believe it was John Sexton who knocked it down with a hand. .13:58 to go in this first period. NC State out shooting Army 4-2, outscoring them 2-1. Here's Ricky Frosch in control. Turns tightly with it along the corner. Breakout pass taken away. Shot easily handled there by Toyer. And Army sets up on the forecheck here. Quickly out in front, odd angle shot. Knocked down by Toyer. NC State has the rebound. Now it's Brenner. Has it caught up in his skates as he's pestered by Fremgen. Skittering over to the near corner. Corwin looking to lift it out and does. Bouncing puck. Gets past an Army defender, so no icing. NC State needs a change. They'll get it as Army brings it back out into the offensive zone. Knuckle puck there knocked down by Toyer. NC State struggling to clear the zone again. After it in that near corner, Fremgen worked back up the wall. Black Knights will hold it at the blue line. Played back down below the goal. Sodden first to it for the Pack. He'll throw it off the boards and out. Army going to keep the pressure on as they shoot it right back in again. Black Knights need a change, so space here for NC State. Hit laid just outside of the blue line by Anthony Chambers to knock the puck loose. Army will take back over, looking to advance up ice. They'll play with it in front of their own goal. Stretch pass off a stick, so that one will be playable for NC State. Sodden shoots it forward. Unable to connect with the intended target there in Gifford. This is going to be icing on NC State. Defensive zone draw controlled by NC State momentarily. Army able to knock it loose. Pack will retreat behind their own goal. Thronson trying to poke it along. Knocked back behind the net, and Reese Johnson collects. Backhand pass up the middle, gets out of the zone, but it'll be Army to it first. Good pressure there from Talon Langston. State not quite set up with the same forecheck we saw earlier. Army going to be able to bring it out here with some speed. Sodden bodies his man up and knocks him off the puck. Well played there against Caleb Kaiser. NC State working it around. Clearance fanned on there by Thronson. Now NC State has to go to work in the breakout, and they're going to get called for the penalty. Looks like it'll be Johnson, I believe, who got tangled up there, and it's going to be a hooking call on the Pack. First power play opportunity for either side. Just under 12 minutes left in this first period. NC State got off to a quick start, but it was Army with the most recent goal as NC State has a man plastered to the wall in the corner by Arnov. They wanted a penalty, didn't get it, and now Army sets up the power play. One-timer coming, ripped just wide, a rocket from Staring, and Army works it back around on the cycle. Shot through traffic, deflects off the pad of Toyer, and now NC State able to clear. Lapani and D'Elia really going at it there in that sequence. We'll keep an eye on those two as the puck moved back up ice by the Black Knight power play. Lapani intercepts the pass and shoots it right back down. 1:23 left on the man advantage for Army West Point. 11:15 left in the period. NC State with that 2-1 lead still. Speed through the neutral zone for the Black Knights now. Work back behind the goal and sent around the wall. It can be collected now by Simitras. Worked back down into the near circle. Sent back up top, switching places. There is Staring. He'll play catch now with Simitras. Back across, faking, shooting, save made by Toyer. Good stop there on a great chance for Staring. Army still with pressure. Staring again, looking for the angle, and it's out of play. That one hit a stick on the way in. Good defense here from NC State on the kill, taking away the passing lanes, taking away the shooting lanes, and not much getting to the net. Face off to the glove side of Toyer. It'll be tied up and won by the Pack. Frosch throws it off the glass. It's off the glove of the defenseman Mackin and out as well. Just 32 seconds left on the power play for Army. They'll move it into the zone. Nienhaus now takes the shot. Save made by Toyer. Rebound still loose on the side of the goal, and it'll be hacked at and cleared by Aiden Brenner. Still some time left on the penalty to Reese Johnson. 15 seconds to be exact as Army advances back up ice. Down the right wing. Carrying it into the zone for the Black Knights is Connor. Gets it out in front. Save made by Toyer. Still loose on the side of the goal, and he got a pad to it again. Couple of big saves from Isaac Toyer. That'll keep it 2-1. Power play over, but Army still has pressure. Shot through traffic, stopped, and a rebound knocked away by Toyer. He'll knock the net off its moorings, and we'll get a stoppage here with 9:47 left in the period. NC State can't make a change yet because Toyer knocked the net off its moorings. And so the same tired bodies that were killing most of that penalty are still out there. Opportunity here for Army to pin NC State in their own end. McEnany to take the draw for NC State. But it'll be won by Army's Benjamin Goucher. From the blue line shot, fought off there by Toyer, loose on the side of the goal, spun back there, and I believe it was McEnany on the goal line keeping that one out. Now Brenner up for Frosch, He's able to clear the zone, but Army takes over possession. 9.5 minutes left in this first period, and it has been wicked pace so far. Chipped along now by Goucher. He races in on Toyer, who's able to cover up in time to avoid the scoring chance. Well, NC State earlier on, we mentioned, out-shooting Army when they had that 2-1 lead, 4-2. Since then, the Black Knights, with 11 straight shots. NC State not able to record one in that span. They win the draw again. One-timer fanned on at the defense. Army still able to control. Fremgen trying to play it back up to the blue line. NC State intercepts. It'll be Prasma through the neutral zone. Bodied up as he crosses the blue line, and it'll be flipped back up and out by the Black Knight defense, but it catches the ceiling, and we'll get a stoppage with 9:03 to go in the first. Like we said, a packed house here at Fort Liberty this afternoon. An interesting layout to the arena as well. There's some bleachers up on the second floor that are all full at this point, and as far around the rink as they're allowing fans, it's 1 to 2 deep along the glass. NC State will pin it to the wall in the offensive zone. Forced down low now as they try to get set up on offense. Pass out in front, gets all the way back to the blue line. Thronson has it. He'll shoot through traffic, deflects off a body and back behind the goal where Herman can take over. Has some help there from Prasma, bouncing up the wall. Sodden unable to keep it in. And now Army just trying to force their way into the offensive zone. A little delayed offsides will allow NC State to take over, and Sodden elevates it out of the zone. 8:20 left in the first now. Rink-wide pass taken off the boards by Sodden, who sends it right back out into neutral ice. It's given back to him by Army, and he and Thronson will play with it. Up for Herman. He'll sweep it all the way down as NC State gets a fresh parry out there. That'll give Army time to set up the breakout. Worked out with speed. Nice play there by McEnany to body his man up. Army still able to maintain control. Turning with it now Arnoff. Looks forward. Able to find a teammate. Centering pass off the stick of James and over to the far corner. There was a man breaking in Benson who would have had a very good opportunity for West Point had it gotten through. Robinson dispossesses his man. Looks across for Lapani, who turns it over. It'll be intercepted by Brendan Connor, who lugs it in before losing control. Now James. Swept across for Lapani. Looking for help in the neutral zone, having trouble finding it. Back as a reinforcement, though, is Oliver to clear the zone. Couple of Black Knights come together and lose the puck. Picked up, though, by Fremgen. He'll throw it through the crease. Nobody there in a black jersey. NC State collects the loose puck. Some speed here for Nick Shook. He's going to take it straight up the middle. In on goal, Shook hooked up. He's going to draw the first power play for NC State. As to the bench goes Toyer for the extra attacker. Quick shot in on goal, misses wide. And now West Point will touch up, and the Ice Pack will get their first man advantage here with 6:56 to go in the period. First time on the man advantage tonight for the Ice Pack, as it was a hooking penalty to Bradley Mackin. NC State sets up the power play from the blue line. Shot deflected wide. Prasma with the shot, blockered away there by Monahan. He has not been too busy as of late. NC State going to try and make him work here. Shook will play it down low. Collected there by Talon Langston. He'll be pinned to the wall. Getting some help there from a teammate as it's forced down low by Johnson. Able to hold the zone is Shook. Back again to Talon Langston. Out in front, Prasma tries to jam away at a loose puck, and he'll be knocked around a bit as the Black Knight defense did not take kindly to the extra couple of pokes from Prasma. 1:19 still left on the power play for the Pack. 6:15 left in the period. And it has been 2-1 for a while in favor of NC State. In fact, for about 8.5 minutes of gameplay it has been. Draw on the near side of the goaltender Monahan. NC State wins it, and they'll set up the power play with the second unit out there. Or pardon me, still the first unit. Shook's shot is blocked. He'll work along the wall and quarterback. Looking out in front, doesn't see what he likes. He'll button hook and look back up to the blue line for Thronson. Played across for Prasma, trying to find an angle. Throws it off the blocker of Monahan, and now Army clears it down the ice. Took an awkward carom off a stanchion in the middle of the zone, and it'll be picked up by Thronson to advance. Looking to the middle, his pass hits a body. Prasma able to find the loose puck. Tripped up there was Thronson. He'll get back up, and play will carry on. Slapped around the wall from behind the Army net, but not out. NC State with good pressure here on the power play. Up at the blue line, Reese Johnson looking for Kaufman, takes it off a skate. It'll be worked down low. Back up top, Johnson. Played across to the far side. Prasma stepping in, looks to the slot. Pass deflected back down below the goal line. Herman going after it. He's got some help there from Johnson working behind the goal. Walking with it. Centering pass. Prasma stuffing. Can't get the first try to goal. Still loose on the side of the goal, and NC State couldn't put it home. Back up top, Thronson takes the shot. That's hit a body on the way through. Loose in the slot. They can't get the shot away, but NC State still in control for the moment. Back behind the goal, work back up top. Shot coming, and it's loose in the slot. Is getting a piece of it was Monahan, and now it's cleared down the ice by Army. And we're going to get a whistle, and I think we're going to get matching penalties here. It's going to be Herman for NC State. And I believe Nienhaus for Army. Starting to see it get a little bit more physical. Because it's matching minors, we'll have 4-on-4 hockey. The face-off will be on top of the NC State blue line where the infractions occurred. And we're playing 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. As we mentioned, it's Herman in the box for NC State. And for Army, it's John Nienhaus. Black Knights control, some space now to move. Arnoff bringing it in, carries it right in on goal, goes over top of Toyer, who is slow getting up. And the puck was slid wide by Arnoff. He's going to go back to check on Toyer, who gives a thumbs up to the bench. Just a little bit of a hard collision. And they'll give Toyer a second here to shake it off. Well, Arnoff has shown some speed early. We've seen him come speeding down this right wing a couple of times, and that was the cleanest look he got. NC State did a fairly good job of taking away the angle. And fortunately, the collision with Toyer doesn't result in anything serious. 1:40 still left of 4-on-4 hockey. 4:39 left in the first period. It'll be Langston on the draw for the Ice Pack up against Caleb Kaiser, the Fairport, New York native for the Army Black Knights. Kaiser wins the draw, but it hops the stick of his defenseman staring and gets out to the neutral zone. Loose puck collected by NC State. Frost retreats with it, looks for Langston up the left wing. He's going to try to carry it in, knocked to the ice at the blue line, and Army takes over. As we expected, matching roughing penalties on that last sequence as Langston puts his man into the boards. Army still in control. One-on-one battle along the wall, won by the Black Knights. Moved across to the near side, staring, looking for the deflection, gets it, and a big save by Toyer on the rebound. Great play by the NC State netminder, who's been sharp early, stopping 13 of 14 so far. Oh, here comes Arnott, pickpockets his man, takes the shot, and another big save by Toyer. As Langston didn't see his man coming from behind. Frost trying to play it out, had trouble controlling it, taken over by West Point again. Played along to the far side, picked up by Kaiser. He'll hook with it, looking to shoot, doesn't have a great angle, and it's deflected into the far corner. Now Ricky Frosch. He'll set up the breakout from behind the goal. 30 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. Wholesale change for the Ice Pack with some speed. Zach Robinson picks it up. Trying to carry it out the right wing and can't. He's dispossessed, and the West Point Black Knights shoot it right back in. Here's Sodden. Quickly pinned to the wall, puck knocked loose. Frosch there to help behind the goal as he's knocked down. Sodden has the loose puck again. He'll play it forward. Emery Oliver looking to the middle for Robinson. That one's off the mark, and we're back to full strength as Herman is back out of the box, as well as Nienhaus. 2:50 left in the period. Still a 2-1 advantage for NC State. Outshot 13-5 since that first goal from Army. Here's a chance coming in, though. Shot from McEnany, scores! Beautiful backhand. And with 2:40 left in the period, it's back to a 2-goal lead. First of the game for Thomas McEnany, and a much-needed goal for NC State. Army had carried the majority of the play after State had taken that 2-goal lead, and now they've got the momentum back with that one. Herman wins the center ice draw. Thronson back below his own goal line to receive. Now lifted up and out of play by Tate Sodden, who put it straight into the ceiling. A little bit lower ceiling, not by a whole lot, but by a little bit, I would say, compared to Invisalign Arena. Certainly a much lower ceiling than last night because there was no ceiling. But the faceoff will be in front of Toyer here on the far side. Herman to take the draw for the Ice Pack up against Goucher, who wins it for Army. Played back down the wall, a little give-and-go action. NC State maybe gets away with a little bit of contact there as Prasma knocked a man down, and the pass back to the blue line was out of the zone. Hacked at by Thronson, now as Army breaks it back in. Held at the blue line now by Goucher, who shoots it deep. Herman back on it for NC State. Hands it off for Thronson to elevate out. A nice leaping glove play made by Staring to hold the zone momentarily. NC State takes it right back. Herman with the shot, catches the glass behind the goal. Good hit by Finch along the boards. NC State knocks the puck loose. They'll regroup at center ice. James looking cross ice for Prasma. That's intercepted. Here come the Black Knights. Pitchforked in now and chasing after it for the Black Knights is Jackson Hicks. He's going to have to go off for a change, though. James will set up the breakout now for State. 95 seconds left in the first period. NC State 3 goals on 9 shots. And off to a fantastic start after a rough finish to the game last night. 1:25 now left in the period as NC State holds the zone. They'll work it down the wall and below the goal line. Shook in hard on the forecheck. Some help there from Kaufman, knocks it loose. They'll go to work. Here's Kaufman looking back up top. That pass denied. Tries to center it. It's shot right back below the goal line. Shook looks out into the slot, and that pass is picked off. Army back the other way with it. Shot in right off of James. It'll ricochet back to the Black Knight there. And Benson, rebound loose in front as Toyer makes the save, and it's knocked up over top of the goal. Back out in front again. Shot blocked. Rebound, score. 52 seconds left in the period. And it's back to a one-goal hockey game. John Sexton on the finish. Well, it's been a heck of a first period. 5 goals already. And these two teams just continuing to trade blows. Black Knights win the center ice faceoff. Stopped up at the NC State blue line and lifted back the other way by Corwin. Or NC State can try to establish the forecheck late. Breakout pass will create an opportunity now for Army, though, moving back in transition. Quick shot coming, and it's fought off by Toyer on the near side. Army still in control. Lost the puck there, did Kaiser. And now the puck will come out of the zone. It's offsides for Army. You can see a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. NC State gotta like the fight they've got today. Nick and I talked about it last night, just didn't seem to have it against South Carolina in that outdoor game at Truist Field. Much better jump, much more fight out of this team here early in this one. Here's Gifford. Shot hits a body on the way in. 15 seconds left in the period now. Centering pass loose in the slot, still there. NC State can't get a stick on it, and now Army will clear it up and out. Maybe a chance for one more opportunity if they move quickly. 5 seconds left in the period. Here goes Kaiser looking to the middle. Pass denied. It'll get pinned up behind the goal, and that's where the period comes to a close. But NC State got off to a quick start, ended up with a 2-goal lead 5 minutes in. Army wasn't going to go away without a fight, though. 3-2 the score after the first period. We'll be back with the first intermission after this.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? This is Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Life is for learning, from baby steps to big ideas. We plan, try, fail, and do better next time. Each day is a new experiment, a fresh chance to seek answers, connection, purpose. The mind is not a vessel to be filled. It's rocket fuel. And when you start at NC State University, you can't be stopped. NC State. Think and do.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
Check 1, 2, 3. Hold off on that one. Check 1, 2. Is this one working right now? You getting it? Yeah, you got me. So what? He wasn't getting. Yeah,
From the top
so we weren't
of
getting,
D.H. Hill
so we
Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up
Yeah.
and what's going on, folks? This is Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour, and guess what I got?
yeah.
A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
All right. Do you need me to still keep
that's
talking
really
over there?
sweet.
Should I keep talking?
In
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. He said he could hear me. But seeing that said, we just
At
had Nick on
Moe's,
there.
we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger
your
story to
voice
tell.
doesn't
A
get
place
picked
that
up by the
welcomes you
microphone.
to be you.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Fresh, high-quality ingredients.
Yeah.
We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge.
What's up?
Moe's wants you to come in with your crew
Minute 15.
and their appetites.
So am I going? or
Dine
is
in,
Nick gonna
pick
go?
up, or
'Cause I'm
order
trying to
on the
get Nick
Mo
in
Rewards
on
app.
this.
Either way,
Okay.
don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State
Okay.
graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Life is for learning, from baby steps to big ideas. We plan, try, fail, and do better next time. Each day is a new experiment, a fresh chance to seek answers, connection, purpose. The mind is not a vessel to be filled. It's rocket fuel. And when you start at NC State University, you can't be stopped. NC State. Think and do.
Here at Fort Liberty, NC State with a 3-2 lead over the Army West Point Black Knights. Chris Lehman with you. It was an entertaining period, of course, 5 goals, never not going to be entertaining, but NC State got off to a really good start. We talked about it early on in the game that the Ice Pack just didn't have what they needed last night. They didn't have the jump, they didn't have the fight. It's been the opposite here today. They've done a great job coming out quick. They've been physical. They've been, for the most part, they've been crisp with the puck, and they've done a really good job of finding the back of the net where they kind of struggled a little bit in last night's contest, particularly late. Now, one thing we talked a lot about over the weekend with the game between Charlotte and App State, and then, of course, with NC State and South Carolina, was the fact that the ice was a little bit choppy. It's really complicated in North Carolina in November to get good, clean, flat ice, and so the puck was hopping around particularly late in periods. That made it difficult, but if you look at the ice behind me here today, it is pristine. It is in fantastic shape. You really couldn't ask for much better, whether it's outdoors or indoors, and the NC State Ice Pack have done a really, really good job of moving the puck so far in this contest. They picked up 2 goals early in the first 5 minutes, and they were able to take that lead and build on it throughout the period. Now, Army was not going to go away. You expect that out of a team that is getting ready to go serve in the military. They've got fight. They're going to battle back, and that's exactly what they did. Very responsive, particularly after the Thomas McEnany goal late. You thought NC State in the final 3 minutes would ride that momentum into the break, but it only took about 15, 20 seconds for West Point to come right back and make it a one-goal hockey game again. The one thing we'll have to keep an eye on, it's been something that's been a theme throughout the season, is going to be discipline in the penalty box. NC State has done a good job so far today. There have been a couple of penalties, but nothing that looked like last night where it was just frustration penalties from NC State. They've done a good job being physical, towing the line without really stepping over it. So a very strong period from NC State. I think they'd probably like to have at least one of those goals back and take a 2-goal lead into the second, but right now they're in a good position, and you like the way that they look after 20 minutes. We're going to take another break here during the first intermission. Right now, NC State with a slim lead over Army West Point.
Why are sandwiches so much better hot?
I don't know. Why does everyone love summer or hot gossip? Hotter is just better.
Oh, don't forget about hot ovens. Or hot peppers.
Hot springs, hot chocolate.
Hot sandwiches.
Ooh.
Hot soup, hot air balloons. Hot yoga.
I get it. Hotter is better.
Or hot melted cheese. Sorry.
Potbelly, we bring the hot.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Welcome to Moe's! At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
Well, this time everyone hopefully can hear me. Nick Perazzi here. Unfortunately not able to do color commentary today, but I will be doing the rest of these intermission reports throughout the rest of this game. Do want to turn, after Chris recapped the first period, kind of want to turn to comparing NC State, comparing the game last night up in Uptown Charlotte. No, not having the headset on, being right next to the NC State bench, and hearing them in the locker room coming out. This team has energy tonight. It's something I noted a lot last night. There was just no energy. There's no spark that the team had. Today, they really showed it, and it was just coming out of the locker room, getting guys hype, and just having the right mentality, too. And I think that's truly what it's going to be. One thing me and Chris noted at the end of warm-ups, we saw about 7 Ice Pack players stay out notably longer than the rest of the team, about 5 to 8 minutes longer doing warm-ups. just some of the big names: Zach Herman, Nick Shook, Holden Kaufman, just to name a few. Austin Finch out there. Want to keep noting though on Austin Finch, he also was getting the boys going after a goal. He said, "That's all right. That's all right. We got to keep going." He's very loud on the bench, which is something we really don't get to see in our broadcast, especially since we're in Invisalign Arena and we're not even kind of in the same room as the hockey rink, so we never hear the benches. But being able to hear it here, it's a different experience. You get to see, who's leading on the bench and who's not. A couple of the injured guys are further down on the goal line. They're chirping a little bit too, but overall, one thing to note going into the second, I think, is going to be neutral zone play. NC State struggled last night. Army had a quick couple of chances. They have 18 shots on goal in the first period, which is just phenomenal from the Black Knights. They're just trying to find a way to get around Isaac Toyer right now. But one thing I think they can look forward to last night that South Carolina did was just creating high-quality shot chances. South Carolina did a fantastic job moving the puck around. Army did on that power play. They weren't successful, but I think overall, if they're able to just get more high-quality shots, I'm sure they'll have a chance to come back in this game. Just a one-goal game right now. If you're NC State, it's still going to be about discipline and keeping that energy. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to break down what we should see in the second period.
Why are sandwiches so much better hot?
I don't know. Why does everyone love summer or hot gossip? Hotter is just better.
Oh, don't forget about hot ovens or hot peppers.
Hot springs, hot chocolate.
Hot sandwiches.
Ooh.
Hot soup, hot air balloons, hot yoga.
I get it. Hotter is better.
Or hot melted cheese. Sorry.
Potbelly, we bring the hot.
Men's health is worth fighting for.
Men are 3 times less likely to ask for help if they are struggling. Nearly 100 men will lose their lives to suicide each day.
Men are more likely to suffer from substance abuse disorders.
Men need to thrive, not just survive.
We're here to champion men's wellness.
One man at a time. We are stronger together.
The conversation about men's mental health continues.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Welcome to Moe's! At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
20 minutes down, 40 to go here at Fort Liberty. It's a 3-2 advantage for the NC State Ice Pack as NC State and Army get set to take the ice for period number 2. Big thank you to Nick Perazzi stepping in during the intermission for us. talked a little bit about how the game compared to last night. Again, the energy level from NC State definitely seems to be up from where it was last night. One place I want to hit on that I think NC State's going to have to be a little bit cleaner as we go into the second and third periods is the neutral zone, the transition play. That's where Army has really had the advantage, and it's created their opportunities. One of their goals directly coming off of a transition play through the neutral zone, but we've seen on a couple of occasions guys like Caleb Kaiser and Lucas Gasik taking the puck down the right wing and just powering their way into the offensive zone. NC State in between the blue lines I just don't think has been strong enough. They've done enough right now to have the lead, but if they're unable to continue or if they're unable to slow down Army in the neutral zone, it's going to be difficult just to keep pace with the scoring of this hockey game, because right now we're on pace for a 9-6 hockey game. That is a lot of goals, and you're looking at two pretty solid goaltenders between the pipes on both sides. Well, you can see now NC State headed back out onto the ice. They've got a fresh 20 minutes up on the clock. But again, I think head coach Tim Healy really happy for the most part with the way that his team came out in that first period and responded to a really tough showing in the game last night. The other thing to look at is you look at the goal scorers for NC State so far in this one. You've got Reese Johnson. He's got offensive firepower, but he's not always the guy you're looking at to score. Daniel Prasma, of course, is a guy you expect to produce, who picked up the second one. But Thomas McEnany with the other one. So you look at Johnson and McEnany, not necessarily your big-time goal scorers who have both picked up goals in this contest here so far. Two teams will swap sides, so Army in black will move left to right across your screen here in period 2. NC State in that gray and white digi-camo with the black trim will move right to left. Emery Oliver on the faceoff for the Pack up against Caleb Kaiser. It'll be one into the NC State zone, directed into the far corner by Toyer, and we're underway here in the second. Sodden takes it back from Thronson, moved up the right wing. NC State will skate it out. Robinson unable to advance past the red line. Turned right back for Charles Arnoff. Drags around one man, steps in front. Oh, tried to get behind the net with it. Couldn't find a centering pass. Worked back up to the blue line. Shot coming from the boards. That one's right into the glove of Toyer, who holds on for a faceoff. Well, we saw Army tip the scales for a good portion of that first period. And you look at the shot totals, they've almost outshot NC State 2-1. It's 19-10 is the total for both sides at the moment. And Toyer doing an excellent job stopping 17 of 19. And now NC State trying to force their way through the neutral zone. Knocked down Robinson, couldn't enter the zone with it. Now West Point brings it back the other way. From the left wing, centered shot coming. Pad save made there by Toyer. NC State trying to get to the rebound. Good physical play from the Black Knights. Kaiser behind the goal. He'll have it knocked off his stick. Robinson now sweeps it across. Nobody there for NC State. Coming out, Lapani able to force it forward. Now Robinson back to it in the offensive end. Looking out in front. Beautiful pass. Turning with it. McEnany can't get the shot away. He'll get back to it, though. NC State holds the zone. One-timer from James off the mark. Collected off the kick plate by Herman. Back up top, Lapani's drive is blocked away. And now the rebound skitters out where Army can move back out. James D'Elia has speed through neutral ice. Cuts across to the left wing. Drags it in. Looks to the middle. Can't connect with a teammate there in Henry Miller. But the pressure still on for the Black Knights. 18:34 left in this second period. Army off to a really strong start here. NC State just one chance in transition. Now they'll move it out at the blue line. Received there by McEnany. He'll throw it off the wall and into the Army end. NC State needs to make a change. That'll leave the Black Knights with space to break out. Stolen away by the red line by Ricky Frosch. He'll gain the center ice line and dump it deep. Down in that near corner, Frosch slows it up. Herman there to support, hacks it around the wall. In on the forecheck now, Finch trying to pressure his man there in Connor. And Army having some trouble connecting on the breakout passes. They'll lift it up and out. Frosch steals it away, throws it up the right wing, trying to connect with Shook, and that was off the mark. Far corner now. Sumatras can't clear. Chance for Prasma now. Shoots and scores from the slot. Prasma with his second, and it's 4-2 NC State. Well, great work by NC State. They have been incredibly opportunistic here tonight. As we mentioned, they've been outshot. Right now, shots are 20-12 in favor of Army. But NC State almost doubled up in shots, has the Black Knights almost doubled up in goals. Or actually exactly doubled up in goals. Shook going to work looking for another, throws it through the crease. Weglers couldn't get to it on the right wing. Back into the middle, deflected on goal. Pad save made there by Monahan. Good pressure here from this line of NC State. It's Kaufman, Shook, and Brenner. Weglers throws it off the boards. Kaufman trying to get back to it, and it'll be shot up over top of the Army bench and out of play. .17:08 left in the second period. NC State with a big goal to start it. And it's one thing they're getting tonight that they weren't, or today I should say rather, that they weren't getting last night. And that's timely goal scoring, opportunistic finishing. And now the face-off, well, looks like the face-off will get moved. It was initially going to be on top of the NC State blue line. Now it's down in front of Isaac Toyer on his right side. Face-off tied up. Shook steps in to take it. He's got speed through neutral ice. Has a man with him in Brenner, and the shot is blocked by the stick of Staring. NC State able to keep the pressure on in the offensive end. Brenner can't knock down the dump in. It'll be cleared out to the blue line, but held. Great play by Sodden to keep it in. Shook trying to clear it deep, absorbs a hit, but loses the puck. Now Roberts Staring again with speed. Throws it off the right wing wall. NC State first to it. It'll be deflected in to avoid icing by Nick Shook. Simatras stretches it forward for Fremgen. Into the zone he goes. It'll be deflected up and out of play on the shot. And the face-off will stay in NC State's end with 6:29 to go in the period. Again, a frantic pace to this game so far. Neither team wasting time flipping the direction of play. Transition game when both teams have been clicking has been fantastic. Here's James. Button hooks with it. Looks up the wall. Has Langston touched along for Reese Johnson. He'll step into the high slot. Crossing to the right wing. Looking for a shot. It's not there. Trying to avoid a check in the corner. He loses the puck. Chipped around to the near wall. Langston first to it. He'll pitchfork it up for James at the blue line. Walking with it. Steered back down below the goal line. First one there is Anthony Chambers of Army. He'll play it along the wall. Stumbling there. Black Knights have a little bit of trouble, but they are able to at least clear it without possession as James now shoots it in, and it's icing on NC State. .53 to go here in period number 2. NC State, despite being outshot at the moment 21-11, have a 4-2 lead over Army. Again, I've said it multiple times, can't sleep on this Black Knights team. Came back against North Carolina last night in a similar spot tonight as Toyer makes a couple of big saves, the last one with the glove, and he'll hold on for a face-off. But Isaac Toyer, excellent game so far. 20 stops on 22 shots. Another offensive zone draw won by Army West Point. It'll be lifted down low by Staring. Below the goal line, the Black Knights go to work. Option up top there in Mackin, unable to find him. They'll work it back down low again. First one there, D'Elia. Forces it back below the goal line again. NC State to it now. Thrown up the glass, but not out. Looking for some space now, Langston. Outlets for James. He's knocked off the puck as he crosses the blue line. NC State will have to retreat to catch this dump in. Lapani throws it around the wall, deflects past McEnany and out, and now it's Bradley Mackin. Cross ice, connects with Staring, who weaves to the neutral zone, takes it in himself, takes the shot. Save made by Toyer, still loose in front of the goal, and NC State denies the shot opportunity. Couple of good chances there for Army. Another chance now. Staring, looking for a shooting lane. It deflects out in front. Still loose on top of the crease, and Toyer's going to jump on it. Looks like it's still loose, though. It's jammed in, and they score. I thought Toyer had it for a moment, but they let Army continue to pile away, and eventually it ends up in the net. And we're going to get a power play here for NC State. Unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be the penalty, and I believe it's going to go on the goal scorer. We'll see if they're matching, but I think the penalty came well after the altercation, directly after the goal, but it's going to be Caleb Kaiser, who scored, taking the penalty for taunting. That was just dumb and unexpected from a player on the Army side. Well, we'll see how everything pans out here. I think the Army bench wants an explanation exactly for why things panned out. They may have wanted matching minors, which you can understand in a situation after the play. But, and again, I'm not close to where everything happened. I'm on the opposite end of the rink, but it looked like the official just said, hey, cut it out. And then Kaiser just continued to talk, and the official said, that's enough. So NC State will get a much-needed power play and a chance to respond immediately. I'll start with the center ice face-off after the goal, though. James will retreat. He'll reset. Speed now for Herman down the left wing. Slows up, looks rink wide, off the wall, and cleared back out by West Point's penalty kill. 20 seconds gone on the man advantage for NC State. Just over 14 minutes left in this second period, a 4-3 lead for the Pack. Both teams with a goal here in the second. Here's Kaufman, top of the circle. Lays it off for Herman, who walks it down the wall. Hand it off now for Gifford. Back to James up at the blue line. He'll switch with Gifford and move down the wall with it again. James stops right along the goal line, looking over his options. Pass deflected away. He was trying to connect with Herman, who comes back for it in the corner. Has some help there from Kaufman. Herman again. Up top for James. D to D. He's got an open man there, and Gifford, who dusts it off. Floats it back across, glove down by Herman. 1 minute left on the power play. Behind the goal, Kaufman. He'll look up top for Herman again. Moved along now, here's James. Looking, shooting, deflected. Oh, a nice save made by Monahan through traffic, and he'll hold on to it with the glove. Pretty solid start to the power play for NC State. Good movement, and they were able to get a couple of chances there in that last sequence. 13:32 left in the period, 51 seconds of power play time left for NC State. Johnson on the draw for the Pack up against Charles Arnov of West Point. One back to Thronson. NC State will go to work. Here's Shook, top of the circle, stepping in, shooting. That one's blocked on the way in. In the corner, Shook plays it along behind the goal. Prasma now in the near corner, turning with it, looking for space and help. Finds Thronson at the blue line. He'll shoot it back down low. That's taken away by Staring, and West Point unable to clear. Shook again, looking for the shot. Throws it off the boards. Nobody on the far side. Would have been a wide open net to put it into. Cleared all the way down by the penalty kill of West Point. Down to 20 seconds of man advantage time for NC State here. Moved up the wall, Prasmo left wing, looking rink wide, off the wall, strong. Shook couldn't get to it, and it'll be moved back out by Arnov. Looking for a shorthanded chance, powers to the goal. Prasma knocks it off his stick. They'll battle in that near corner. Langston now with it. He drops it off for Thronson. Power play over for NC State. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Shook inside the red line. Moves it along for Prasma. He takes the shot. Pad save made there by Monahan. Juicy rebound and nobody there for the Pack. Odd man rush if they hurry for West Point. Lots of speed here. Shot and they score. Bradley Mackin. We're tied at 4. Army taking all the momentum now. They got the big kill after the undisciplined penalty and immediately turn around and score just 17 seconds after killing it. And now they'll win the center ice draw and go right back to it. Henry Miller forcing his way into the zone. Sweeps one through the middle. Nobody gets a stick to it. Army able to clear it deep. Miller still. Plays it around the wall, pinching in now. The most recent goal scorer, Mackin, looking to hold the zone. Puck pops loose to the middle where Robinson can take over. Plays it forward. He's got McEnany who's knocked off the puck. Again, it's Mackin on it. NC State unable to hold the zone, so they'll have to check up here. Mackin backhanded across, looking for an open teammate there in Dwyer. They can't connect, so that will allow NC State to take over. Oh, a little bit of a misplay there. Ice Pack have to retreat with it and restart. Weglars plays it forward. Has a man there, and Oliver who takes it in with speed. Looking to the middle for Robinson. That one's popped up in the air, back behind the goal. They'll battle for a bouncing puck. Army comes away with it. Quickly up the ice, Simatras. He takes it into the zone, cuts to the high slot. His shot blocked by Weglars. Again, it's Simatras. Save made by Toyer on that off-angle shot. Kaufman has the rebound. He's got some speed moving back out. Going 1-on-2 here. Can't take the puck with him, and Army will take over. Now Miller at his own blue line, had the pass knocked right back to him. He'll move it along to the defense of Brendan O'Connor. Shot all the way down the ice, couldn't connect on the stretch pass, and now NC State gets an O-zone draw with 11:06 left in the period. NC State going at the line of Kaufman, Brenner, and Shook. Lapani and James on the back end. It'll be Kaufman to take the draw against Ben Goucher. One to Shook, quick shot, catches the glass over top of the goal. NC State gonna have to get back now as it's pushed out by Miller. Beautiful feed through neutral ice. He's got Nienhaus into the zone. Pestered there by Shook. He'll sweep it deep, and the Black Knights go to work below the goal line. Goucher looking out in front. One-timer floated in on goal. Not sure it got to Toyer, though. 10:45 left in this second period. Army with all the momentum right now. Really pinning NC State into their own end. Ice Pack will float it out. Knocked down nicely at the defense by Staring. Avoided a transition opportunity for NC State, but they steal it back anyhow. Brenner to the middle, and it's under the stick of Kaufman, who retrieves it off the wall. He'll be pinned to the boards as he makes the pass down low. It's taken over by Army. Loose puck comes loose to Brenner, though. Turnaround shot. That one's blocked by Staring. Good pressure here from the NC State forecheck. Pitch forked out of the zone now by West Point. Couple of players tangled up in neutral ice will carry on as it's shot deep by Jackson Hicks. Kaufman scoops it up behind his own goal line. Looks to send it out. Can't clear the zone though. West Point back to it on that left wing. They'll pin it up along the wall in the corner. NC State able to push it out of the zone. And now Army regroups at their own blue line just over halfway through this game now. Some speed for Arnoff into the zone. Drops it down to the goal line. Kaiser trying to get to it and does. Moves it back up top. He's got Mack in there. Walking the line, taking the shot. Didn't get through all the traffic. Another chance coming. That one stopped. Rebounds there. It's off the crossbar and out of play. I'm not sure if Toyer got a piece of it with the glove, but a great chance there for Army, and they're unable to capitalize. Well, the shot total is still heavily favoring Army, 25-14. After the first period, NC State was trailing 18-10. Shot off the draw, hits the glass behind. Worked back down low. Army continuing to pressure on the forecheck. Frost trying to play it out. Turning with it. Oliver able to lay it off for Reese Johnson with some speed through neutral ice. He cuts to the right wing. Slides it back to the middle. That pass denied nicely by Connor, and Army moves it back out. Here's Kaiser down the left wing. Drops it off at the blue line. He's got Arnoff there. Shot coming. Didn't get to Toyer, and it looks like NC State has a player. I thought it was going to be slow to get up, but just tied up along the side of the goal. Talon Langston. Nice little pass, able to get it right back, though, from Gifford and shoot it deep. Gifford going after it. First one there, though, is Simatras of Army. Looking to the middle. Loose puck in the slot. They score! Finch cleans up the rebound. NC State has the lead back. It's 5-4. Well, one of the benefits of being right next to the NC State bench is you can hear some of the dialogue going on throughout the game. And I believe it was Austin Finch after the last stoppage I could hear saying, "Look at the shots, look at the shots." And he's the one that puts one in the back of the net to give NC State back that 1-goal lead. Army trying to get it right back, though. Right into the zone goes Robert Staring. Worked back to the blue line. Shot coming through traffic, loose there along the side of the goal. They can't get a second try away, and it'll get pinned up in the corner. Player down for Army. No arms up, though. We'll play on. Moved around by James. 8:20 to go here in the second. NC State incredibly efficient in terms of shooting percentage tonight. 5 goals on 15 shots. James knocked off the puck, lost his stick as well, so he couldn't clear. Stepping in for it was Staring. He steps on the stick and loses an edge. Here comes NC State. Shot coming from Prasma, looking for the third, and it's elevated over top. Puck stuck on the side of the goal, and they're going to blow it dead. $7:56 to go here in period number 2, and again, gotta love the way NC State has battled back from adversity tonight. They've done a great job. Only thing you would want is for them to get this lead and hold on to it or extend it. Ozone draw for the Pack. Oliver there for NC State, unable to win it against Luke Dwyer. And West Point will look to clear. Good forecheck, holds it in though. Loose in that near circle. Ricochets across to the far side where it can be collected off the wall by Miller. Good hit there by Robinson to separate his man from the puck. NC State will work it quickly back up. McEnany deflects it in to avoid icing. Oliver in on the forecheck. Swept around the wall. Army looking for space to clear. Nienhaus now elevates it out. Bouncing puck settled by Thronson. He'll look into the middle, and it's Oliver getting tangled up there with Robinson. They'll turn it over. That gives Army a chance to move back the other way. Down into the corner they'll work. Pass sent across the crease. Nobody there to get a stick on it. NC State trying to clear now. It'll be forced out of the zone by Robinson. Army's got to check up on the delayed offside. Stretch pass intended for McEnany, but stepping in front, Brendan Connor takes it away. He's going to get into it at the red line there with McEnany. We'll get a whistle. And I think we're going to get initially, I thought we might get a couple of penalties, but instead they'll send McEnany as well as Henry Miller back to their respective benches. NC State wanted a penalty there. McEnany was getting his head worked into the ice a bit away from the play. Your ice pack here, though, this is where discipline and patience comes into play. You got to be able to take it and give it back at the right time. 6:53 to go in the period. Down below the goal line, Sodden backhands it up the wall on that far side. Shook there to play it. It'll be forced back down low by the West Point forecheck. Sodden again. Protects the puck behind the goal. Turns with it and looks up the wall. Now NC State able to break out. Skate to stick for Kaufman. He takes a heavy hit. Big one at the blue line as well as NC State has a man down. And slow to get up. I believe this is Aiden Brenner. And you can hear it from NC State. They're getting a little bit tired of the point of contact on some of these hits. Brenner a bit slow to get up here, but we'll keep an eye on him. NC State with a 5-4 lead here, 6.5 to go in the second period. And again, we talk about the efficiency of this NC State team. 5 goals on 16 shots. Gonna wait to see what comes of this. If NC State gets a man advantage out of it, they certainly want one. We'll have to wait and see. We might have a timeout. All right. We do have a delay here. It looks like it really wasn't for Aiden Brenner. It was more for an issue over in front of the scorer's table. We've got some broken glass, so the two teams will get a quick breather here while they work on that. We'll step aside for a moment. 5-4 NC State in the second.
Why are sandwiches so much better hot?
I don't know. Why does everyone love summer or hot gossip? Hotter is just better.
Oh, don't forget about hot ovens. Or hot peppers.
Hot springs, hot chocolate.
Hot sandwiches.
Ooh.
hot soup, hot air balloons, hot yoga.
I get it. Hotter is better.
Or hot melted cheese. Sorry.
Potbelly, we bring the hot.
Men's health is worth fighting for.
Men are 3 times less likely to ask for help if they are struggling. Nearly 100 men will lose their lives to suicide each day.
Men are more likely to suffer from substance abuse disorders.
Men need to thrive, not just survive.
We're here to champion men's wellness.
One man at a time.
We are stronger together.
The conversation about men's mental health continues.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Welcome to Moe's! At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
As you can see, still waiting on the glass to be fixed here. It looks like we're just about set. Fortunately, it was just a piece of glass that came loose. The glass itself wasn't broken and in need of replacement. So that is good news, and it looks like we're pretty close, but a little bit of a delay here for these two teams. Right now, NC State with a 5-4 lead over Army. 6:32 to go here in period number 2. And you know, one of the first things I go to whenever you run into an odd situation like this that delays play, like we saw with the ice issues at Truist Field on Friday between Charlotte and App State, you wonder, who does this benefit? And it's really hard to say. NC State obviously has the lead, but it's really hard to say who has the momentum at any given time. It feels like it can flip on a dime, and it feels like, for the most part, Army has been able to carry play in the offensive zone a little bit more than NC State has. And so you wonder, who does this benefit? There's really not a huge advantage to either team so far, and it's really just going to come down to who's able to lock back in as soon as they have things wrapped up here with the glass right in front of the scorer's table. On there, as we mentioned, looking pretty close to being ready. But gotta, again, commend the way that this NC State team has fought today. A really tough outing last night. And they've been able to flip things around, you know, pretty much a full 180 in this game here tonight. The only thing you'd like is maybe to clean things up a bit and take away some of the scoring chances for Army that they've been able to get and been able to capitalize on. But it should be, at least it looks like it will be, an offensive zone draw for NC State as the glass has been repaired. And we're ready to resume play. NC State will have the line of Kaufman, Shook, and I believe Finch out there as well. We'll see as they get everybody out there. Thronson and Sodden will be the two defensemen. Pardon me, it'll be Brenner, not Finch. out there for NC State with Kaufman and Shook. Kaufman to take the draw up against Caleb Kaiser of Army. And it'll be one into the corner by the Black Knights. Worked around behind the goal. Chance here to break it out for James D'Elia. Getting a skate to it. Thronson holds the blue line. NC State will go back on the attack. Kaufman behind the goal. Gets to it first out in front. Shook with the shot just wide. It's loose on the side of the goal. Kaufman comes away with it. He'll steer it to the middle. Poked along by Finch, but he can't get control. Pinballing puck on the clearance. Goes back to NC State. Here's Kaufman in front. Big pad save made there by Monahan. Good pressure from the pack. Over to Thronson. He'll shoot away. Glove save made, and Monahan will hold on. Good job by Shook, just to stay off of the goaltender with not much space. He had Anthony Chambers on his back there. But a good little sequence there of about 40 to 45 seconds for NC State. They got some good chances, and they're actually going to keep the same 5 on the ice still. Kaufman and Dwyer on the draw this time. It'll be one to Shook. Quickly under pressure. Shook backhands it down low. Brenner moves it along for Kaufman behind the goal. He'll turn on a dime. Looking out in front. No options in the slot. Tries to go up the wall, but it's taken away. Army moves it up and out. It's Nienhaus. Cuts cross ice. Has some space on that left wing. Just trying to force his way through Sodden. Has trouble controlling the puck while doing so. Swept up the far wall. NC State going to be able to break out here. Brenner floats it forward. Shook gets to it on a run. Takes the shot. Stopped by the blocker of Monahan, and it's straight up into the ceiling. So an offensive zone face-off once again for NC State, far side of the Army net. They've switched up the lines now. Johnson centering Langston and Gifford. Corwin and Weglars, the defensive pairing. On the draw is Dwyer for Army. He wins it. And the Black Knights able to clear it out. NC State going to have to check up on a delayed offside. That gives space to the Army defense to move forward. Brendan Connor skates it straight through the neutral zone himself. Down the right wing. He'll sweep it below the goal line and chase it down. Tries to center it. Corwin shuts that down. And Weglars finds the loose puck. Slides it into the middle. Has Johnson, who has it poked off his stick. West Point back to work in the offensive end. In the corner, Miller under some pressure. 4:55 to go. Big hit by Weglars. And the puck jarred loose. NC State will move it up to the blue line, but not out. Back to Weglars again. He's going to float it to the far side. That one gets to neutral ice. Army takes over. They'll swat it right back into the NC State end. Weglars again. Plays it forward. Gifford settles it nicely, looking for some reinforcements coming in. Decides to shoot. That one's off a stick and out of play. 4.5 to go now in the second. Still a 5-4 lead for NC State. Starting to see those shot totals even up a little bit. We mentioned it earlier, NC State trailing 20-11 in the shot total. Since then, they have outshot Army 8-6. And more recently, numbers probably a little bit more favorable even. Face-off one to Prasma across Lapani. Tees one up. Misses the slapper wide. Rims around the wall. Prasma first to it. He'll send it back around to the near side. Black jersey first to it. That's number 18, John Sexton, who looks rink wide. James there to delay that pass. Big hit by Finch along the blue line as they battle to bring it in. Pushed forward by Prasma. He'll hack and whack there at Bradley Mackin. Herman finds a loose puck and a blocker save made on that one by Monahan. Centering pass, bounces out to the blue line. James settles it down and shoots, and a blocker save made there by Monahan before it's cleared up and out by the Army defense. Just under 4 to go in the second now. Finch with space in the neutral zone. Looks back across for Herman. Misses his outstretched stick, and NC State will have to get in and chase after it. Prasma with a big hit along the wall. Pass broken out. NC State able to turn it right back. Army really favoring that far side here as of late. Stolen away by Robinson. Pass from Oliver fed through for Prasma, but doesn't get there. Now West Point back the other way. Quick shot through traffic. Easy glove save for Toyer on Michael Fremgen. Well, this has been a very, very entertaining hockey game so far. A lot of back and forth action, and we're still pretty much right on that pace set in the first period of 5 goals. NC State would need just one more to match their total in the second. Here's a big hit on Oliver that knocks the puck loose after a sending pass from Robinson. Clearing pass, floats out to the blue line. NC State defensively has to retreat. Gasick will move it out. Down the right wing, Staring stops at the hashes, looks to the middle, and that one ricochets out in the neutral ice again. 2:50 to go in the period. Working with it, Sodden crosses the red line. He'll step into the offensive zone. Around his man and into the corner, he sweeps it deep. Robinson now on the forecheck. Moved along now for Army's James D'Elia. He'll be bodied up by McEnany. And the Black Knights forced to retreat. 2.5 to go in the period now. Shot up that right wing wall. Taken there by Staring. He'll be stood up at the blue line. NC State shoots it right back down. And this is going to be icing. NC State wants to argue this because Monahan had made a move out of the crease. It was a small movement. And NC State not going to get the benefit of the doubt. 2:21 to go in the second. Offensive zone draw here for Army. They'll put Caleb Kaiser in the circle against NC State's Holden Kaufman. One back to the blue line. Army in control, centering pass, loose on that far circle, eventually collected by Ricky Frosch. He's going to be hooked up, trying to get away. NC State wanted a penalty and didn't get it. Now Nick Shook down into the corner, tries to force it on goal. Second try there, doesn't go, and Frosch is jamming away. He'll get knocked down after the whistle. We'll see if anything comes of those extracurriculars. Not a whole lot doing there. So I'd be a little surprised if anyone heads to the sin bin. But NC State from the bench trying to get their players away from that scrum, trying to stay out of things. It doesn't look like we're going to get any infractions from that, as I kind of expected out of that play. Face-off is going to come out into the neutral zone, though, right on top of the Army blue line. 2:03 left in the period now. Kaufman will take the draw up against Caleb Kaiser. Kaiser wins it back to his defense. Here's Staring. He'll go D to D for Chambers. Played up that left wing, or pardon me, that right wing wall. NC State shuts it down at the red line. Turned back up now by Arnoff. Trying to skate through himself, loses it right to Staring, whose shot catches the wall. Rebound off the boards is stopped by Toyer. Now out in front, spinning backhand denied by Weglars. Didn't let it get through to the net. Now he'll carry it out, elevates it into the offensive end. NC State will chase after it and negate the icing call. Brenner going 1-on-2 behind the goal. Shook in to help out, but a little bit too late as Army moves it back out. Here's Staring again down the right wing. 1:20 to go in the period now as Staring has it knocked off his stick momentarily. He'll get pinned up behind the boards, or behind the goal, I should say. Just trying to find some space. Penalty coming up here on NC State's going to be a trip on Weglars. Got his stick caught up in skates. Chance in front. Big save made by Toyer with the delayed penalty still looming. 1:02 to go in the period. Another shot tipped just wide of the net. Loose on the side of the goal, and it looks like it might have gotten caught up on the net. And so they'll blow it dead, but a tripping penalty here to Weglars and an important penalty kill for NC State. The one silver lining here is the penalty will be cut in half, essentially, with 58 seconds left in the period. Power play starts for West Point. They'll get 58 seconds here this period, 1:02 next period if necessary. They'll get set up at the blue line. Moved across to the far side, just out of the reach of Luke Dreyer, who chases it down. He'll get it back along the hashes near wall. Looking out to the blue line, misses Staring. Free clear for NC State. Doesn't get past the red line, though. Staring will walk it in as he absorbs the hit from Lapani coming in. Drop back off towards the blue line. They'll walk with it now. Turning and looking to set up is Staring. Still in control. 22 seconds to go as he drops it off for Gasek. Back to Staring. Cross ice one-timer, and it whistles just wide for Bradley Mackin. 15 seconds to go. Cleared out by James, but it'll be knocked down at the red line by Mackin. 8 seconds to go. Back in Army. Stepping around to hit Kaiser, and he can't hold the zone. 2 seconds left and one. Shot coming late, and that will finish off the second period. So NC State kills off the first half of the penalty to Jackson Weglars, and they'll hold their 5-4 lead heading in to period number 3. Much better period for NC State, I would say. They were able to get control on the offensive end and create a lot of chances, and I think defensively they looked a little bit more solid as well, keeping play mostly to the outside, and the netminder, Isaac Toyer, coming up with a couple of big saves to keep NC State in front. We've got 20 minutes left to play. After this, we'll be back with a second intermission. 5-4 NC State after 40 minutes.
Why are sandwiches so much better hot?
I don't know. Why does everyone love summer or hot gossip? Hotter is just better.
Oh, don't forget about hot ovens. Or hot peppers.
Hot springs, hot chocolate.
Hot sandwiches.
Ooh.
Hot soup, hot air balloons, hot yoga.
I get it. Hotter is better.
Or hot melted cheese. Sorry.
Potbelly, we bring the hot.
Men's health is worth fighting for.
Men are 3 times less likely to ask for help if they are struggling. Nearly 100 men will lose their lives to suicide each day.
Men are more likely to suffer from substance abuse disorders.
Men need to thrive, not just survive.
We're here to champion men's wellness.
One man at a time.
We are stronger together.
The conversation about men's mental health continues.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Welcome to Moe's! At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
Nick Perazzi back here for the second intermission from the world's largest military base. And in that last period, it was NC State answering to Army and keeping a 1-goal advantage, now up 5-4 here in the second intermission. And overall, that last period, I was able to talk to Joey Govea, Addison Lawrence. Joey Govea is still battling an injury. Lawrence a day off after last night's performance in net. And what I got from Govea was kind of just that the energy is being brought tonight, but there needs to be some changes defensively. We just talked kind of just general conversational topics, but overall about the game, he said, yeah, we did not play well last night. Had some other language he used to describe last night's performance, and a lot of the other players agreed. I even asked Addison Lawrence, I said, hey, a lot of them weren't on you. He said, yeah, but I let 6 go by me. And he said, I got to own up to that. So there is accountability taken from these veterans. I think so far the problem for NC State in terms of discipline this season has been from the youngins. And so far tonight, though, I think they've been able to come up with the task. 2 goals now from Prasma, but that last period, I do want to go back to it. You know, NC State started off hot. Prasma got that second goal, 4-2. He's now up to 30 points, 20 goals, 10 assists. But then Kaiser with a goal to answer for Army. Immediate unsportsmanlike, though, but NC State the other way. As soon as it happened, you know, Joey Govea was like, Zach just spoke it into existence. The next goal that was about to happen from Mackin, where NC State's got an opportunity the other way. They fail to capitalize. The D-men take too long to get into position, and a goal happens for the other team, and Mackin's able to capitalize on it. It's exactly what Herman said. He spoke it into existence. That was Govea, and Lawrence describing it, and he says it all the time. Herman knows what's going to happen, and then it happens. The team's not adjusting to it. So that's something NC State needs to look to fix on. Otherwise, the rest of the period, though, Finch with a nice goal off some chaos created from Reese Johnson. Joey Govea saying Reese wants this game today. He came in with just a different type of vibe, a different type of energy, and that's what we're seeing so far from NC State. One more thing to note before we head to our first commercial break, this intermission. The shot total right now is now 28-23. It's just 10 shots in the period for Army, 13 for NC State. They won that last period. And overall, again, talking to Govea, Braden Strong as well, even Nick Labrizzi, they said, we just got to let these shots rip. They're not confident in Army's goaltending abilities, and they believe as the game goes on, they just keep letting it rip on goal, that they'll find more success. They're up 5-4 right now, though. When we come back, I'll break down what I expect to see in the second period from both sides of the ice.
Why are sandwiches so much better hot?
I don't know. Why does everyone love summer or hot gossip? Hotter is just better.
Oh, don't forget about hot ovens or hot peppers.
Hot springs, hot chocolate.
Hot sandwiches.
Ooh.
Hot soup, hot air balloons, hot yoga.
I get it. Hotter is better.
Or hot melted cheese. Sorry.
Potbelly, we bring the hot.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library,
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy, up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Welcome to Moe's! At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
Back here in the second intermission, Nick Perazzi. I want to break down what I expect to see in the third period. It's very similar to last night for NC State. This time they have a 1-goal advantage after a very even period from both squads. Shot totals only off by 3, 13-10 NC State. Both teams with 2 goals. But a big thing for NC State, 2-2 last night going into the third. Ended up losing 6-2. UNC, New Hampshire, Louisville, just countless games this season for NC State where they've entered the third period tied or with the lead and they fall flat on their face. Tonight, after what happened last night, you've got to respond well. And NC State's going to have a penalty kill for another minute and 1 second after Weglar took a tripping penalty with 58 seconds to go in the period. If you're the Ice Pack right now, the grave concern, I believe, from what I'm hearing from the players I'm standing with, is the defense. The defense needs to step up. During that delay with the glass and the stanchion being fixed, Zach Herman was telling, hey, defense, pinch on everything these last 4 minutes. Give it your all. And NC State needs to work on that. It's something that they struggled with a lot last night as well. Defense just couldn't get off the ice. They couldn't get it out of their zone. And they left Addison Lawrence high and dry several times throughout last night's game. Made a couple of 10-bellers, but overall, when you get left high and dry those many times, it's not going to be to your advantage. Isaac Toyer tonight, he's been all right. Takes a lot of shots early on, got 2 by him. This last period, though, Army upped their shot total in terms of good shot selections. They were down in total shots, but I believe good shot selections was a lot better, and you could see it. 2 more goals from Army on just 10 shots, like I mentioned. I think Army's starting to find out they have to take more high-quality shots to beat Toyer. They caused chaos in front a little bit around the net. NC State was up to the task for most of it, but I think when you just get those odd man rushes, when you make Toyer move around, get him uncomfortable in net, especially when he has to sprawl, I think that's where Army sees a weak point. As for NC State, I think for the rest of the game, it's just going to be about letting it rip on goal and sustaining O-zone time. Once again, just like last night, NC State is struggling sustaining the offensive end. They're not really keeping the puck in there for too long. They're struggling a lot in terms of just getting good open shots on goal, but the ones that they have all gone in. I think there's about 7, 8 good shots that they have this game, and 5 of them have gone in so far. The offense is not a problem right now. The defense is where NC State needs to focus on. They're going to have to do a better job in terms of pinching, like Herman was talking about on the bench during that delay. And I think, going into this third period, NC State, with everything that happened last night, everything that's happened throughout this season, they're going to look energized. They're going to know that they cannot let another third period fall through their grasp, or else it's going to be an even longer bus ride back up to Raleigh, another 50 minutes. You got to give it your all this third period. Overall, though, both sides, you've got a pretty good crowd on hand. A lot of people that work on this space, live here, have come into attendance, 600 people. They came for a show. They're getting it right now. Who's going to want it more is going to be what the case is. South Carolina seemed like they wanted it more last night. Does NC State have that itch into today? We're going to find out in the next 20 minutes when we come back. Chris will handle everything for puck drop. Who wants it more? It's 5-4 NC State headed to the third.
Why are sandwiches so much better hot?
I don't know. Why does everyone love summer or hot gossip? Hotter is just better.
Oh, don't forget about hot ovens or hot peppers.
Hot springs, hot chocolate.
Hot sandwiches.
Ooh.
Hot soup, hot air balloons, hot yoga.
I get it. Hotter is better.
Or hot melted cheese. Sorry.
Potbelly, we bring the hot.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy, up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Welcome to Moe's! At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
Welcome back. Chris Lehman with you here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We're on base at Fort Liberty, NC State with a 1-goal lead. It's 5-4 as we get set for the third and final period. It has been a heck of a hockey game so far. A lot of energy for the Ice Pack. As we talked about, they came out with a lot of fight. As you can see there, it's been an excellent crowd here in Fort Liberty today. I was just talking with head coach Tim Healy about the venues this weekend, and he actually said he was looking forward more to this game against Army than he was the outdoor game at Truist Field with South Carolina. It's about the occasion and the team you're playing and the kind of the extra meaning that comes with playing Army West Point here at Fort Liberty, which, by the way, is the largest military base in the world. There's a little bit extra to this game here, and you can see it so far, and we still have 20 more minutes to figure this one out. NC State, as we mentioned, 5-4 advantage so far. You can see them just about set to retake the ice here for the third period. They're going to have to kill off 1 minute and 1 second of power play time. Jackson Weglars took a penalty late in the period, a tripping penalty. Ice Pack did a good job killing off the first half of it. They still have to kill off the second half. Now, they do have that silver lining of essentially kind of a free clearance out to center ice on the opening faceoff, so they will have that advantage. But again, this is where things got tough against South Carolina last night. It was a 2-2 game as opposed to a 1-goal lead for NC State as we have today. But it was an early goal from the Gamecocks that really kind of got the ball rolling in the wrong direction for NC State, and they were never able to right the ship. So we talked about the first 5 minutes of the third last night being important. It is equally important here tonight, because even though a goal early in this period or a power play goal in the first minute would only tie the game as opposed to putting NC State on the back end, it's still going to be an important one in terms of momentum. NC State has been the team that's come out stronger in each of the first two periods, and they're going to have to find a way to do it here again in the third. Now, the big question marks are going to be the goaltenders. They've both made some pretty big saves. I think Toyer out-dueling Monahan by a little bit. Certainly when you look at the save percentages, he has been stopping 24 of 28 as opposed to 18 of 23 for Monahan, but you're going to have him come up with a couple of more big saves. I think if you're Army, you're going to need just a little bit more out of your goaltender. I wouldn't say there are any goals so far that State has scored that you could directly lay on the shoulders of Monahan, but when you're in a tight game against a team that you're equally matched with, you need a little bit extra out of somebody, and a lot of times that somebody is the goaltender. So NC State and Army just about set to get going. Army moving right to left across your screen here in the final period. NC State left to right. As we've got a fresh 20 minutes up on the clock. Penalty killers out there for NC State. The forwards are Oliver and Finch. The defensemen look to be Thronson and Sodden as we get going here. Face-off will be between NC State's Oliver and Army's Kaiser at center ice. One to the wall on the near side. Army takes over. They'll try and get going on the power play here to start the period. Chipped into the middle of the NC State zone. Pitchforked right back out by by Sodden. And that will kill a little bit more clock. Still 45 seconds of power play time for the Black Knights. Oliver shadowing his man all the way up the ice. Dropped off in the neutral zone for Samatras. He'll dump it deep. First one there is Sodden for NC State. He'll pin it to the wall. Under 30 seconds of power play time. Moved along now. Here's Kaiser up top. Walking with it, staring. Plays it along to the far side. It'll be moved over. Back across now for Staring as he gets the pass from Arnoff. Looking for a lane. Shoots and just misses through traffic. Down to 11 seconds left on the power play. Worked back up top. Across for Staring. He'll move it back around. Has some teammate open in Arnov far side. Up to the top of the umbrella. Back over to the near side. Arnov can't handle it. NC State is able to kill off the penalty, but they've still got to alleviate the pressure. Talon Langston, the fresh body on the ice. Knocks it loose, but it's right to Kaiser. Sends it in front. They score. 1:13 into the period just after the power play ends. Army ties it at 5. We get another look at it here. NC State couldn't clear the zone. And it ends up in front. Goal scorer is James D'Elia. And just like that, it's a 5-5 hockey game. We talked about how important it was going to be for NC State to come out strong here in the second period. Army going right back in on the forecheck as we restart play. Lapani looking for space, sends it back behind the goal. Here's Alex James. He's going to be bodied up and knocked down. Army takes over, working behind the goal. Back up top. That pass misses its target all the way down, and NC State will get a bit of a break here. NC State with a chance here. Johnson shoots it off the post. Monahan never saw it. Well, NC State has been a pretty good team at responding throughout the season. We saw it last night against South Carolina at times. Puck loose behind the goal, collected by Mackin. He'll throw it off the wall and out. Glove down by Lapani, who shoots it right in on goal. NC State going to come in, and well, now they're going to get a power play here. They were offsides there, and it was going to be, I would imagine, a length of the ice offsides because of the way it panned out. Now we're going to get at least a penalty on Army. We'll see if anything else comes of it. Guilty party should be Anthony Chambers, the Colorado native, knocking down an NC State player after the whistle. And that is, looks like that's all it will be, is a power play for NC State. Well, there's one thing we expected from this Army West Point team coming into today was very disciplined approach to this game, and they've taken a couple of undisciplined penalties now. Well, we'll see what the official call is, and wow, there's actually 2 penalties on the play. 2 minutes of 5-on-3 hockey here for NC State. The other penalty going to Brendan Connor. NC State will set up the 5-on-3. They got a lot of time here to try and take back the lead. Thronson up top, walking with it, shooting, and it's knocked out of play by the blocker of Monahan. So the 2 guilty parties are Brendan Connor and Anthony Chambers. Haven't heard an official word on what the calls are. Either way, they're both 2-minute minors. And we'll see what NC State can do here on the 5-on-3. They clear the zone for Army there. And they'll reset after the errant pass. Here comes Prasma down the left wing. Shoots glove save, and it'll be held on to by Monahan. So both penalties are roughing penalties to Connor and Chambers. 1:29 left now on the 5-on-3 for NC State. This is a must score if you're the Ice Pack, though. Certainly not devastating if you don't, but you have 2 minutes of 5-on-3 and a chance to take back the lead. And if you're Army and you kill a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3, you're going to have a lot of momentum coming out of it. They'll clear the zone again. 1:15 to go in the man advantage. Shook will pick up pace as he circles behind his own net. Gaining speed through the neutral zone. Straight down the left wing. He'll lug it back behind the goal to create some space. Cycles it back up top, still in control. Moved along for Thronson, who gives it back. Shook loads it up, shoots. Well, it sounded like it caught post. It's out of play. And a face-off in the offensive zone for NC State. Just over halfway through the 5-on-3. They're going to switch it up. And they'll have Kaufman, Gifford, Robinson, and Herman out there with James on the power play unit. .45 to go in the game. We're tied at 5 here in Fayetteville. Again, Army forces it out of the zone. 45 seconds left. NC State not creating a lot here on the 5-on-3 so far. Across for Kaufman. Gets caught up in the skates of the linesman. And an unfortunate break there for NC State. It's cleared out. James looking things over. Hands it off for Gifford, who walks into the zone. Into the middle, Kaufman stepping around one man, can't take the puck with him. And NC State will have to track it down. Herman into the slot, trying to connect there with Gifford and can't. 20 seconds left of the 5-on-3. Over to Herman, shot coming. Whistled wide, net comes off the moorings. And we'll get a face-off in front of Monahan with 14 seconds left on the power play. NC State starting to run out of time on this 5-on-3. 14 seconds left, face-off tied up. Army will get to it first, and it's shot around the wall by Fremgen and out, and that will finish off the penalties, plural, for Army. They kill off 2 minutes of 5-on-3, and now NC State will have to go back to work with a full-strength Army team defending them. Weglers now clears it up that near wall for Kaufman. He's knocked down at the blue line. Robinson gets to the loose puck and shoots it deep. Well, the shot total's evening up a bit now. 28 for Army, 26 for NC State. As the Black Knights come in, shot coming, save made by Toyer. It was the goal scorer this period, D'Elia. Now we've got a whistle, and it looks like the faceoff's going to come out of the zone. I didn't see exactly what the call was. It's not going to be a penalty, but it is going to pull the face-off out. I didn't see the net come off its moorings, but this is a big break for NC State because Army had them all out of sorts there in the defensive zone. Johnson on the draw against Kaiser. He wins it for State. Weglar's now having trouble controlling it. D'Elia to it first now. He'll pitchfork it behind the goal. Frosch stapled to the wall as he clears it up that far side. Langston now moved along for Johnson, who misses Gifford on the pass. It'll be cleared back in by Army. Now Weglars finds the loose puck. D'Elia there to knock it loose. Johnson finds it, slides it through the middle for Gifford, but it's poked away by Army's Robert Snaring. Now a chance in transition for Johnson, shot wide. Langston first to the loose puck, looks out into the middle, quick shot, big save made by Monahan. Good chance there for Talon Langston as he and Gifford were right there in front. Just under 15 minutes to go now in the game. NC State holds the zone, centering pass. Langston with a shot, big save, point blank by Monahan, and he'll hold on to the rebound. Well, we talked about the two goaltenders having to make some big saves here in the third period. Monahan coming up with a couple in the last minute or so. Line change for NC State. They'll have Herman out there with Prasma and Finch. Thronson and Sodden on the back end. Off the draw, NC State wins. Prasma with the shot. Found through traffic by Monahan. He'll squeeze the rebound. NC State loves to go back to that spot where Prasma is. Herman wins it again. Across, one-timer coming, misses wide for Sodden. Good chance there. NC State with a player slow to get up, and it's the captain, Herman. And he's really nursing. Looks like he's nursing below the belt, I think. He'll shake it off and be okay. He's a little bit concerned. I thought for a moment it was a shoulder. But he'll catch a break here. NC State will send out Emery Oliver in his place. Prasma and Finch still out there on that forward line. 14:24 to go now. A lot of stop and start here over the last minute or so. Worked back down low. Centering pass. Nobody there in that NC State uniform. That'll be pitched back down that near wall by NC State's Thronson. Back around Prasma, looking out in front. Can't get it there. Still stuck behind the goal. NC State finds control. Prasma moves it up top. Thronson shoots it back around for Finch down low. Into the middle. Oliver can't get all of it. Shot coming from Sodden at the blue line. That one's over the net and into the glass. Now Army can move back out. Sodden trying to slow it down. Loose puck collected, though, by Jackson Hicks. He steps around a hit there from Prasma. NC State will take over the loose puck, though. Floated out into the neutral zone. Mackin gloves it down. NC State, though, takes it away. 13:33 to go now. Thronson looking things over. Throws it off the glass, out of the blue line. Mackin will reset again. Army back into the offensive zone. It'll be thrown deep, delayed offsides, though they've got to check up. Here's Robinson looking into the center ice area. He finds McEnany trying to step around a hit as he dumps it deep. He's knocked down. And to challenge is Gifford. Getting some help there from McEnany. Robinson there on the forecheck as well. It'll be shot back around the wall. First one there is Army's staring. Looking up the far side. NC State holds it in. Walking down with it, James, who held it in. Looking to the middle, poked at by McEnany, and now the whistle goes. Looks like Army touched up, and a penalty coming up to the Black Knights. NC State going to have to make sure they stay settled in that group there and don't end up throwing away the power play here. So it should be another man advantage for NC State. 12:51 to go in the game. Unable to capitalize on the 5-on-3 earlier in the period. We'll see what they're able to make of this one. Just a 5-on-4 advantage. And it's going to go against John Nienhuis. NC State back to the power play. 2-minute man advantage here. They'll start in the offensive zone. Thronson across for Shook. It'll be a hooking penalty on Nienhuis as the net comes off its moorings. Monahan challenging the shot from that near side by Reese Johnson. Well, NC State with their third power play of the period. Two of them coming really simultaneously on a 5-on-3. But this is an Ice Pack team that had trouble scoring on the man advantage last night. Still looking for their first power play goal here tonight. They have not given up a goal to the Army power play. They gave up a couple to South Carolina last night. Hooked up there on the play was NC State's Prasma. Play will carry on though. Langston at the red line, stops there with it, lost control. He's going to have to try and get back to it. Kaiser beats him to it. Here's Kaiser, gets it caught up in his skates, and Langston takes away the loose puck. Prasma now tries to receive it with a skate and can't. It'll be slapped back down by Army to kill more time on this power play. Thronson looks across. He's got Johnson moving through the middle of the neutral zone, trying to force his way through traffic and can't. Puck will be cleared back out to neutral ice. 1 minute left on the man advantage for NC State. Alex James will reset behind his own goal. NC State getting out that second power play unit. Gifford picks up speed and finds Herman rink wide. Down the right wing goes the captain. He'll carry it behind the goal. Stops on a dime, looks back out to that near side. Nobody there, and Army will take it away. Moved forward by Miller. He'll shoot it deep. James there to it. 34 seconds left on the man advantage now. James looking things over. Slides it up for Gifford. Looking back to the middle. That hit a body and ricochets back across to that near side. Army will push it forward. 20 seconds left of power play time. Since that first sequence where NC State was in the offensive zone, not a lot doing here on this power play. Out in front, quick touch shot there from Robinson is wide. Best chance of the power play for State, and now Army clears it down. This should finish off the power play. Toyer trying to catch Army in a change, connects with Robinson, who can't quite corral the pass. And now the Black Knights looking. Here's a chance. Good find. It's Dwyer, and a poke check made by Toyer. Heady play by the netminder to disrupt that one. It stays 5-5 for now. Just over 10.5 to go in this one. Army moving forward. Big hit at the blue line by Weglars. He'll take a hit after that and get right back up. Into the zone they go. Brenner stopping in the high slot, finds Shook. The shot. Oh, that one didn't miss by much. NC State trying to set up the forecheck here. Worked back behind the goal now by Kaiser. Trying to move it out. Ends up having it stolen away by Nick Shook as he steps into Brendan Connor. Halfway through the third period. One goal so far. It came from Army to tie the game up at 5. NC State, though, carrying a lot of the play. They were being outshot for most of the game. The shot total now sitting at 33-31 in favor of NC State. But here comes Army. Good back check there by Corwin to disrupt the play, but it's picked up now by D'Elia. Turnaround shot on the near side. That's blocked by Toyer. Shook knocks his man down to take away the puck, but can't clear. Now it's Weglars. Circling with it. Looking for somebody. Throws it forward for Brenner as he takes a hit. It'll be taken back by Army. NC State needs a change, and they will. Weaving back into the offensive zone. Shot coming. Wagner. Stuff chance doesn't go either. Couple of really good opportunities. Haven't heard much from Staring lately, but that was a good try. Loose puck in the slot on a deflection collected by Sodden. Moved along now for Talon Langston. He'll step around a hit and get tripped up. NC State wants a penalty. They're not going to get it as it's cleared up and out of play. But NC State not happy about that. There have been 3 or 4 that seem like, pretty obvious penalties. That was one where Langston definitely had a stick caught up in his skates. It wasn't intentional, but it was an infraction. I think maybe you look at the power play numbers, especially for this period. NC State already with 3 of them. Army has not had a man advantage other than, the last minute they had of the penalty that carried over. I wonder if that plays into the call there. Gifford takes the shot. That one's blocked on the way in by Anthony Chambers. Centering pass gets through. One-time shot from Sodden stopped. Rebound squirts through and doesn't quite get to the far post. Good chance there for NC State that came up inches short. Now Army going to reverse it back up the ice. Stepping in, Sodden knocks the puck away from Fremgen, who has to shoot it deep as he absorbs a hit. Sodden again. Moved along for Thronson behind the goal. Shot up for Langston. Off his skate, deflects to the middle. He's able to find Johnson anyhow. Here goes Reese Johnson down the left wing. Stops inside the blue line. Takes the shot, and it'll be covered up on the rebound by Monahan with 8:19 to go. McEnany on the draw for NC State. He's got Robinson directly behind him on the draw. Again, that's the place NC State likes to go. They can either shoot or pass from there. Robinson gets it. He's tied up and dragged down. No hand up. Play carries on again. Kept in by NC State. Moved up that right wing wall and sent across to space by the Army defense. Shot right back in by Lapani. 8 minutes to go now. Spun back behind the goal by Bradley Mackin. Worked up that near wall, but held in. Lapani's shot blocked up in the slot, still loose there. Army going to knock it to the far corner and get to it first. Kept in, though, by Robinson. He'll rep one towards goal that gets deflected wide. McEnany bodied up in the corner. He'll be knocked off the puck. Loose puck there for James, teed up just wide. Lapani pinching in to hold the zone. He's unable to do so. Army brings it back out. Cross ice pass finds Gasick. He'll drag around James, walks in front, backhands it up over top of the goal. Now it's stuck on the back of the net, and they'll whistle it dead with 7:26 to go. Nice little effort there from Lucas Gasick, who walked in and almost scored. State will go with Herman, Finch, and Prasma. Backed up by Frosch and Weglars. It'll be Kaiser on the draw for Army. Gets tied up in the face-off dot. Army comes away with it. Pass back to the blue line, stolen away by Finch. He's going to turn on the speed, but a nice job getting back by Simitros to shut that down. NC State continuing to pressure. Prasma takes it away along the goal line. He can't get a shot away. Now Army will move it out into the neutral zone. Quick touch pass back for Miller. He's working along with Arnoff. Arnoff back to the shot from D'Elia, and a big save made by Toyer. Now Prasma can move forward. He's going to go one-on-one here with Chambers. Prasma shoots, blocked, rebound there, tried, can't get it to go. Monahan finds the loose puck, and they'll blow it dead. I'm not sure if the goaltender had it when the whistle blew, but good chance there for NC State as the clock continuing to wind down here in a 5-5 contest. .6:50 on the clock here in the third period. Another offensive zone draw for NC State. Kaufman trying to win it. Army able to win the battle along the wall and clear it. Sodden sends it right back the other way. Chambers to it behind his own net. He'll break it out up the right wing. Turning with it, D'Elia. Throws it off the boards for Kaiser, who's knocked off the puck by Kaufman. Moving forward, Kaufman has it caught up in his skates, and it'll be stolen away. Kaiser sends it forward. It'll be chased down by Arnov. Stops at the goal line, and his backhand try knocked by the stick of Sodden out of play. Well, and it has been a tense hockey game since about the 10-minute mark of this period. You get the feeling on both sides that they feel like the next goal could very well be the difference maker. Off the draw, tangled up in the face-off circle. Sodden finds it first for NC State, moves it forward for Nick Shook. He gains the blue line, wrists one high and wide, and Army will watch it skitter out of the zone. NC State still in control. Thronson to Shook, who will deflect it in. Brenner in on the forecheck behind the goal. He'll pressure Simatras. Moved back out by Army again. They'll bring it in with speed. That's Miller. Sweeps it down below the goal line. He'll chase it down himself with Sodden all over him. Sodden knocks Miller into the wall and knocks the puck loose. NC State still unable to clear. Chambers shoots it around the wall. It'll be knocked down by Miller. He gets to it behind the goal. Here's Miller looking for some help. Sends it up to the blue line. Shot coming, not now. Staring, walking, shooting. That one doesn't go. NC State has a 2-on-1 the other way. It's Kaufman and Shook coming in. Shook loads, shoots, and it hit a stick on the way in. Not sure it had to be stopped by Monahan. 5:22 to go in the game. NC State in the O-zone. They're going to have to retreat here as it's carried back out. Miller under pressure there from Kaufman, who knocks him off the puck, but not before he shoots it all the way down the ice. James taking his time walking it up the ice. Light pressure now from Dwyer. He advances it along for Johnson. Steps around one man but can't take the puck with him. And Jackson Hicks will take over. He's knocked off the puck. West Point back to the loose puck though. They'll hand it off in the neutral zone. A little miscommunication there for Gasick. But NC State unable to corral it. Shot gloved away by Toyer, who couldn't hold on. They'll battle in the far corner now. Pops loose. Gifford has it. Sweeps it along. James. Now Langston. He looks back for Alex James. On and off his stick. He'll retreat to the blue line. Turnaround shot. Knocked down on the way through. Loose puck picked up now by Johnson. He's got Weglars. Powering his way down low. 4:20 to go in the game. Still 5-5 between NC State and Army. West Point able to clear. Weglars couldn't hold on to it. It's back to Toyer, pardon me. And now Langston Slips on a banana peel, stepping across the blue line. NC State still has it, though. McEnany, one-time try from Oliver, and he can't get it to the net. It'll be stretched back out by Army. Kaiser in a foot race there with Weglars, who wins it. Sweeps it around the wall, chipped out by McEnany. Under 4 to play now as Army shoots it back in. All the way around the wall for Langston. Leaves it there for Frosch. Deflected along for Weglars, and now Langston clears it out into neutral zone. Emery Oliver fighting for the puck there. Couldn't take it from Arnov. Army advances, stepping in, staring. Looking for some help, gets back to it in that near corner. Bodies flying over there on the glass. And staring will shoot it back around. Caught an awkward angle here in front. Oh, it's sent just wide by Kaiser. NC State catches a break after it looked like Army was going to catch one themselves. Down to 3:10 to go. A lot of pressure here from the Black Knights. Backhand try. Blocked in front by Frosch. He'll try and clear, unable to do so. Held in now by Miller. Walking, shooting. Glove save made by Toyer. And again, the clearance doesn't get out. Chambers across. Shot coming. That one blocked off the stick of Sermatis. Or Samatras, pardon me. NC State sends it all the way down. No icing. And so they get some fresh legs out there. 2:45 to go. This stretch pass misses everybody, and now NC State will have an offensive zone draw on the icing. .242 left. NC State with a good chance here. They've got one of their top lines out there. Herman centering Finch and Prasma. And it's one back to Prasma, loads up the shot, and it hits a body on the way through, never got to Monahan. 2:35 to go now. Back to the blue line, loaded up. That shot blocked on the way through. Thronson didn't get a good shooting lane. Now he'll back up. In transition, it's Army centering pass. Prasma able to tie his man up. The intended target there was Samatras. NC State not out of the woods yet. Centering pass into the low slot, knocked away by Thronson. Puck pinballs around in that far circle. It'll be taken back by Miller. He'll lug it behind the goal. 2:09 to go in the game. Swept back down low. Centering pass off the stick of Toyer. And it will float into the netting and out of play. Army getting some good pressure here. Whenever they can get established in the offensive zone, they have made it incredibly difficult for NC State to break it back out. 2:04 on the clock. It'll be Kaiser to face off against NC State's Kaufman. NC State controls it. Thronson throws it up. This one is out of play. And it just barely caught the net here in front of our booth. .159 now on the clock. They'll try again, and the drop was a little delayed, so they'll redo it. Again, it's Kaufman and Kaiser. Kaiser wins this one. Quick shot coming from Mackin is blocked. Chance for Brenner if he can get to it. But the first one there is staring to steer it back the other way for Army. Thronson fans on a clearance. Working back around here with it. Arnov looking out in front. Can't, trying to stuff it home. Jams away at it, and it's going to be knocked off the moorings. The net will. And Toyer does a great job standing strong on the post. Nice thought there, though, from Charles Arnov. The Golden, Colorado native tried to reverse things behind the net and almost caught Toyer off his post. Kaiser and Kaufman to duel again in the face-off circle here. Each of them have won one of the last two. Kaufman wins another one. James throws it off the boards, but it'll be pinned to the wall by Staring. Held in again by Kaiser. Now Kaufman's second effort gets it out to Shook. He'll carry it down the right wing, just over 90 seconds to go. That shot hit a body and deflects behind the goal. Forecheck on for NC State. They are unable to get to the puck, though. Here comes D'Elia. Advances it now for Arnov. Knocked off his stick, and NC State takes over the loose puck. James backhands it forward. That one not going to have enough for icing as he missed his intended target on the pass. And the Black Knights regroup behind their own goal. Just over a minute to play now. So it's been a very entertaining hockey game. Icing going to be the call here on Army. And the Black Knights thought it was touched, or at least could have been played by NC State. But it will be icing. 1 minute to go. In the best hockey game we've seen this weekend, without question. Off the draw, it's tied up. Robinson after it, forces it into the corner. He's out there with Herman and Prasma. Work back to the blue line. James one-timer. That one hit a stick on the way in. Herman to the rebound in the corner. Slides it back behind the goal. Robinson out in front looking for Prasma. Can't finish. Army finds that rebound. It'll be lifted up the near wall. James holds it in. Trying to shoot it down low for Herman. It doesn't get there. And now Army able to force it back up to the blue line. Still haven't been able to clear, though. Eventually they do. Down goes a man there in Miller. He wanted a penalty. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. And Army moves it out. 25 seconds to go. Here's Kaiser working on James. He'll button hook and shoot it right into the gut of Alex James. He's got space to carry it out. 17 seconds to go. Down to 15 as he carries it into the zone. And he and Prasma get tied up. They're off sides. And that will stop things up with just under 14 seconds to go. We're going to do a post game, or are we just going to wrap right out of it? Looks like we have a timeout here being called with 13.8 to go. And so NC State a chance here to talk it over. It's been a great period from the Ice Pack. The only letdown was the goal they gave up just over a minute into the period. But this faceoff will be on top of the Army blue line. We'll see what the Ice Pack draw up. And again, can't say enough about the way that this team has bounced back today after what was probably their worst effort last night at Truist Field. They've done a fantastic job of coming back and putting everything on the line against a very, very good Army team. We talked about it early on in the broadcast. Army comes into this game 11-1-1, battle-tested. No pun intended there. And they've been a tough group to play against. Heard Zach Herman say it at the second intermission. They are the epitome of toughness. And they've been a great test for NC State so far. We're not done quite yet. 8 seconds left as NC State lifts it in. Thrown off the glass. One more chance here for Army if they can move quickly. Diving poke there from Sodden. And the try coming from an off angle misses the net for Arnov. And we're not finished playing hockey here in Fayetteville. So we're going to get some overtime. But this is where things will get interesting. NC State so far this season 1-for-1 in overtime. Of course, the one game against North Carolina, that went to overtime ended up in a shootout. But the Ice Pack have also won one on a goal by Andrew Thronson. They fell to the Louisville Cardinals in overtime about a month ago now. As we mentioned, went to a shootout against North Carolina and lost in the shootout back at Invisalign Arena in late October. So we'll see what we've got here. We'll have 5 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey. After that, if nothing is decided, we'll go to a shootout. We've talked about it before, too. No strangers here, NC State, to the postseason procedures. But again, 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. Sudden death. If nobody scores, we go to a shootout. And if there is a penalty in the overtime and anyone is in the penalty box at the end of the overtime period, they are not permitted to shoot in the shootout. But we're a little ways from that now. Looks like NC State will go Kaufman, Shook, and Thronson in front of Isaac Toyer. On the other side for the Black Knights, it's going to be Kaiser along with Arnov and Staring. Teams switch ends, so NC State attacking the goal to your left here in overtime. Attacking to the right is Army. They'll control off the draw. Staring, stepping around, has an open lane. He's got Toyer out of position. Can't get it in front. Loose in the crease, and NC State clears the zone. This one going to trickle all the way down into the corner. Nick Shook in a foot race. He's going to get tied up there with Arnov. Puck loose underneath the Army player. Still there in his feet. Trying to get to it. Shook. It'll be pulled around by Kaiser. And he will look button hook behind his own goal. Kaufman all over him. Swept back behind the net. Shook going to go off for a change. Replaced now by Prasma. Here's Staring. Steps away for the forecheck of Kaufman and skates it forward. 45 seconds gone in overtime. Staring powers to the net, and he can't get the shot to go. NC State takes over. It's Kaufman. Left for Thronson. He's got Prasma forward, but that passing lane is shut down very quickly. Thronson out of traffic, able to find Prasma along the right wing. He'll step in to the net. Oh, he just lost the puck along that near post. Herman stepping in. Now James with a chance, or pardon me, Sodden, whose shot is blocked from the high slot. Army takes back over. Here's D'Elia looking for help and support. He has it pickpocketed by Herman. Centering pass to Prasma. Back to Herman. He can't get the shot away. Couple of good opportunities there for NC State. They continue to pressure with 3:38 to go in overtime. Now Dwyer. Move back behind the goal once more. They'll reset. Simatris looks things over. Played forward just out of the reach of Dwyer. He'll chase it down, though, with Herman watching him in the corner. Turns it back up, centering pass. Oh, a sprawling save from Toyer. NC State's got the rebound. They'll move out. Prasma forward. He's got Herman, the captain, coming in. Save made by Monahan. He'll hold on to the rebound. Oh, man, what a sequence here in the first 2 minutes. Both teams trading great chances, and nobody's found the back of the net. Johnson, the centerman for NC State. He's got Robinson and Weglars out there with him. Arnoff, Staring, and Kaiser out there for West Point. See how this matchup works out. It's one of the top guns for Army who have been out there for a while. Arnoff, pestered there by Weglars. Chance coming here, though. Move back along for Kaiser. Looking through traffic one time. Try loose in the slot. They score. Arnoff stuffs it home, but they're going to wave it off. Oh, NC State catches a break. It looks like the net might have come just off the moorings again. And so the game is not over yet. Oh, and they will deem, I think, that it was Army who knocked the net off. And so the face-off, it looks like, will come out into the neutral zone here. Oh, before that, we've got a timeout called by Army. 2:44 to go in overtime. And it looked like Charles Arnov had ended the game, but the net comes off its moorings. Army knocks it off. And I think that's the key there. There is, the contingency if Toyer were to push off and try and move across and knock it off its moorings, if that doesn't affect how the puck would have gone into the net, then the goal would have counted. But because Army are the ones who knocked it off, that's what stops play. We'll see what they draw up here. It's a little bit of an interesting time to take the timeout. My only guess is that Army wants to keep that trio out there of Arnov, Kaiser, and Staring, who have been out there for, if they haven't been out there for the full 2:15 so far, they've been out there for at least 80% of it. And that's exactly who will stay on the ice. NC State will match them up with Herman, Prasma, and Thronson. Off the draw, comes loose to Prasma. He'll advance it forward. Arnov pestering from behind. He works through. Shot from Prasma just wide. He gets back to the rebound behind the goal. Trying to find Thronson and can't. Prasma knocked down away from the puck, and Army will take it back out. Here's Kaiser. Down the right wing as Arnav behind him, drops it there, looked across, Prasma steals it away, he'll play it forward, here comes Herman, trying to move in on the breakaway, the captain for the win, in he comes, and he backhands it just wide. Herman looking for help now along the goal line, sprawling play made by the defenseman there and staring to deny. Worked back out for Thronson at the blue line, he'll look it over, sweeps it across now for Herman, walking the blue line. Now Prasma, NC State will slow it down, Thronson leaves it now for Herman. He's got space to cut to the net. Around the Monahan, he scores! The captain in overtime. It's a 6-5 win for NC State. A heck of a way to finish off this weekend for NC State. What a gutsy performance here against Army West Point, and nobody better to cap off the win than the man that wears the C on his jersey, and that is Zach Herman. Just over 3 minutes into overtime, NC State finally finds the chance they need, and they'll come home victorious. A 6-5 overtime win over Army West Point. We'll be back post-game.
Why are sandwiches so much better hot?
I don't know. Why does everyone love summer or hot gossip? Hotter is just better.
Oh, don't forget about hot ovens or hot peppers.
Hot springs, hot chocolate.
Hot sandwiches.
Ooh.
Hot soup, hot air balloons, hot yoga.
I get it. Hotter is better.
Or hot melted cheese. Sorry.
Potbelly, we bring the hot.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour, and guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
My name is Zach Herman. I'm the captain of the NC State Ice Pack, and I was born and raised in the Raleigh area. We are a self-funded program doing our best to represent our university and the local hockey community in Raleigh on a national level.
My name is Alex James, and I'm a senior assistant captain from Lake Norman, North Carolina. The group you're watching out on the ice is a family, and that family does its best to represent you and the rest of the NC State community as best we can each and every day. Some of my top memories from this program include playing in front of over 20,000 NC State fans at Carter Finley, playing in front of over 10,000 NC State fans at Lenovo Center every year, and getting to play in front of a packed house every Friday night at Invisalign Arena.
We welcome and appreciate all your support along the way. Go Pack!
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your source for all things NC State. Just off campus in the Ridgewood Shopping Center at 3526 Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop has everything the NC State fan needs. Sporting goods and memorabilia, your favorite NC State team apparel, tailgating essentials, Ice Pack gear. A proud sponsor of the NC State hockey team, a percentage of all Ice Pack sales go back to the team. Stop by today or visit us online. The Red and White Shop.
Welcome to Moe's! At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
Nick Perazzi back here at Fort Liberty, and we just had a all-time classic between the Army Black Knights from West Point and the NC State Ice Pack up the road in Raleigh. It kind of take you through that third and overtime periods. Army couldn't get anything going on that power play, but it generated a quick goal with 18:47 left in the period and was able to tie things up. but then a 5-on-4 for NC State, a 5-on-3. Army was able to kill it. Another power play for NC State, couldn't get it done. And after about 13 minutes left in the period, it was just back and forth, great hockey, neutral zone battles, both teams setting up shop in the O zone. I think NC State, though, won more of that third period, even though they didn't have as many goals. As the period went on, they generated more chances. They outshot Army 16-8 in the third period by my count and the scoreboard count. But it took overtime, couple of big saves. The biggest save, though, by Isaac Toyer right before they counted that no goal, just kind of coming on the box, the crease with a dirty bird save. And then the no goal. Puck can't go in with a player in the crease. That is exactly what happened. Thus the no goal for Army with 2:44. And then the other way, Zach Herman on a breakaway. Didn't quite find one home past the net, but he stays with it. The bench was telling him to come off the ice, but he stayed on. A beautiful play to set up a filthy goal, and the captain got it done when it mattered most. A 6-5 overtime win for NC State when they needed it most after a disaster yesterday. They will return in a couple weeks, December 6th against UNC Wilmington, back in Invisalign Arena. The Icepack go 1-1 on this big weekend road trip. We thank everybody that stayed with us here, watched all the games on this road trip. Shout out to our crew at PackTV for getting it done. Final count tonight from Fort Liberty, 6-5 NC State over Army.